Just want to highlight this example as probably the simplest 1 minute scalping strategy that we know here at Financial Source. And that's essentially in three parts. We saw just a great execution of that trade on Friday. But I'll go through them. So they're all three. So first is context, right? So this is a news scalping strategy. So we are only looking for the top tier one data events. We're looking for non-farm payroll, CPI events, any employment, any inflation, PCE, that sort of thing across the G7, the G8. Why? Well, because those are the events that directly feed into whether interest rates will be cut or whether they'll be hiked, and what the central bank will do next. So those are all the most important ones. So that's number one. We want to look at the context. We also need to look at other contextual clues as well, such as, in this case for the Canadian employment change, right? It's happening at the same time as the non-farm payrolls event. So one's a dollar event and one's a Canadian dollar event. So we don't want to pair the dollar CAD together in this case because there might be conflicting messages. What we want to do is instead get a purer expression. So we'll choose something like the pound CAD or another CAD cross pair. So context, number one. Second thing is we want to trade the shock. And, traditional calendars like Forex Factory, FX Street, this sort of thing, don't give you what you need really to trade the news. And what you need is, believe it or not, you actually don't need speed, first of all. What you need is to know the full range of expectations. So here in this case, professional calendar, Financial Source, gives you that full range. So we were looking at the employment change out of the CAD. The low end was minus 45 and the high end was 35,000 jobs, right? And so what we need is something to fall outside this range, and consensus was for 10. So we need something to fall well outside this range on the top or the bottom to get a really, a market mover. And then the other thing is we need to know that as quickly as possible. And that's where this lightning bolt pops up. So you need to be able to identify the shock for these tier one events. And then the third is just the execution. And this is where the sort of the 1 minute scalping strategy comes into play. If we look over here at the pound CAD, just a great example. Here's the 1 minute chart. The news breaks. And guys, just think about this. You have an entire minute, right, to figure out what to do with this trade. So that's a lot of time. Like, this isn't you got to be in within the first 4 seconds, that sort of thing. During the first few seconds, you have tons of, slippage and spreads increase and all of that as well. So you got a full minute to make this decision. You go in here, you double check. You're like, okay, let's think through it. Okay, there's a major deviation to the low side. Okay, unemployment rate. Okay, was there any crazy revisions? Okay, I'll choose my pair, pound CAD. Great, or one of the other pound your CAD crosses. And then, around 58 seconds, 57 seconds, somewhere in there, you can jump in and take a look at this trade. Even if you were in here, right, you can just hold this trade, and you could have brought it to break even within a few minutes, and you just hold the trade, and you can take it off here at the highs. You could keep holding it. You could hold it in for a couple days, and you're kind of bobbling up here around the highs right now. But that's as simple as it is. It's not any more complicated than that. You don't want to keep holding this thing, at least in this 1 minute scalping approach, for 10, 15 minutes and have it come back and hit your stop. The concept is, if there's a big enough deviation, right, and the market really wants to run, then it's going to run. Right now, there's other strategies you can employ on pullbacks, and if you want to get more sophisticated, maybe you try it first here, and then if it comes down and hits your stop, you're trying again here. Right? There's different strategies, but just for a 1 minute scalping strategy where you kind of want to make a decision quickly, it's okay. 1 minute candle. If this thing's going to go, it's going to go. I'm in. Give it 1 or 2 minutes, stop the break even, and then I let it run. Are you going to get these all the time? No, you might get one a month, 2 a month, depends under this specific strategy. But when you get them, they're fantastic trades. So hope that makes sense. Let us know in the comments, write in support if you have any questions. How do you use this tool? How can it help my trading? And I'll see you guys in the next video.